Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning? Whose idea was that? Oh, wait a minute, it was my idea. Whose idea was it really? It was really my idea? 9 a.m. after Stonewall? I'm crazy. Well, I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we're live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand, baby, anytime you want. It's Monday, June 19th, 2023. It's time to kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. There is always stuff going on. You know, there's always some tea and some shade to talk about. I've got a sidekick in bed joining me for some conversation. What else did you think he was going to join me for? Have you seen Alex Ticas? Okay, I've seen him and his thing. I wouldn't put that anywhere near me. It's ginormous. Anyway, our first segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. And this morning I'm joined by my gay guy pal, adult performer and star of For the Love of Doofs. You know that my reverend is now hooked on For the Love of Doofs?
Really?
He really is.
Oh my God.
On LTV, watch it right now, Alex Ticas. And make sure you follow his adult-only Twitter at Alex_Ticas. Good morning, Alex, and welcome to FayWhat's Bed.
Good morning.
How you feeling? I know, you're exhausted. Huh?
It was a fun weekend.
God, Stonewall was amazing.
Oh
Hello
God.
to the 50,000 people that joined us yesterday.
God, that was just amazing.
Amazing.
Like,
You are so burnt. Like, did you use sunblock?
I don't use. I bake. My first, I go into the sun and then I burn, and then after that, it's just like once I do my first skin peel, because that's what happens. Everything is fine.
Oh my God.
So I'll put like a 4.
But isn't like your roots Greece?
I'm Greek. Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. So that's why. So you peel real quick and then it's beautiful color and you're done.
Fine. Yeah.
And if you shaved your beard, would all the shit be white? It would be just white?
It's like, well, it's gray. It's going to come in like gray. Because, I have to color, right?
Do you?
You
We're telling all the secrets today. You color that for real?
I have to color it, yeah.
Like for men, or do you use like a woman shit?
I've tried like everything, but like just for men seems to work for me. But if I don't color it, it's not that I don't mind the white beard, but it's like there's a patch here and there's a patch there and there's a patch, and it just doesn't look like.
It looks unorganized, and you don't like that.
Well,
you like to be kept.
I like to be. I wish I was kept.
I know. I know, me too. On the way here, every time I come to the studio, I pass the big lotto billboard that says like how much, right?
Oh my God.
Like, bitch, I need one of those, man.
In 1994, I was doing a play in New York, and I got a letter from a man who said that he wanted me to be his personal assistant. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. What does that mean? But like, I showed it to my cast members and they're like, girl.
Did he want you to be like his personal?
He wanted me to be like, well, you'll be around for like massages and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, sure. No, but that never happened. Because I was like, if I had the opportunity today, I would be like,
you would have taken it. You would have taken it in a second. How much?
Oh my God,
right?
exactly. But just whatever's in the contract. Let's see the contracts.
That's my signature. Give me my money. And that's it. Okay, we got to work on making you a kept man. So you're still with Pip?
Yes, Pip and I are still together at his first Stonewall Pride.
Oh my goodness. So we were telling you folks last week that, Mr. Ticas is seeing somebody, and for him to mention it must mean that it's going well, because he would have kept that kid hidden. For sure.
We wait a little bit, we marinate. And then we're like, if he's worth mentioning, we can mention it. And then like a year from now, he'll meet my family.
Okay. All right. Well, he's still around and we're month 2, I think. So we're good.
Month three. Yeah.
So is Pip like short for Piper,
No,
Pippin?
Philip.
Oh.
Sorry, it's so boring. His name is Philip Smith. It's like as boring as fuck.
Is he vanilla in bed? He's not.
No.
He's not vanilla in bed. You wouldn't be with someone who was vanilla in bed.
Really, he's not vanilla in bed. He's like, yeah, it's fun.
It's okay. Understand that for Alex to say it's fun, it's got to be on another level of fun.
It's
Okay,
fun.
whatever you think is fun, bring that up like 15 notches. Then that's what
we're
Alex
not
thinks.
hanging from like the chandeliers, but it's nice, you know? It's like, you know, it's still fun with your wife.
It has to be.
Exactly.
It has to be. Like, if not at this point, we've been married 5 years and we still make games out of stuff, you know?
Well,
like, we love to role play.
Do you role play?
We love to do it.
Okay,
we love
so
that.
what's your outfit?
Well, I have a few. We have like, because she's a nurse, right? So we'll do doctor, nurse sometimes, and I'll be like, yeah. You know, check my heart.
Yeah, we do.
And I'll go a little lower.
We do.
A little lower.
We do a lot of proctology exams at my house.
Really, proctology? Well, whatever. Either way, it's a fun time.
It's a fun time.
Either way, it's a fun time. That's how you keep it
You know,
moist.
and he's sweet and he's nice and he's just quiet and like, and then, you know, I'm kind of a nerd a little bit, you know.
Nerds are hot.
Nerds are hot, so.
Nerds are super hot. Nerds are hot. Hashtag nerds are hot. I'm just telling you. So, okay.
Yeah.
So if Pip stays around month 6, bring him to the show.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah.
What do you folks think, right? Right? Like break in a newbie and like get him all scared sitting next to Alex. Wouldn't that be great?
He would be just like,
All right.
this would be his general expression.
Listen, he made it through his first Stonewall. I think that he's ready.
Yeah,
all right,
good,
Pip,
yeah.
welcome to the family. All right.
Aw.
And speaking of Pride, let me make sure to spotlight Pride. So happy Pride, and for Pride Month, I want to spotlight incredibly hot queer women in history. So basically, women that I wish were alive so I could have sex with them now. All right. Okay. So let's talk about Caliente Greta Garbo. All right. Successful Swedish-American actress, once considered the most beautiful woman in the world. Greta Garbo was legendary for her expressive face, her need for privacy, and her sexuality. Greta Garbo was part of Hollywood's so-called sewing circle, old Hollywood darlings who were so lesbian, and they were often lesbian with each other. Besides Garbo, there was Marlene Dietrich and Tallulah Bankhead, were members of this unofficial girl crew and rumored lovers of Garbo's also. Greta Garbo chose to never marry, but she sure loved to get around, kind of like Alex and me. The silver screen icon went out with men and women, gays and straight, singletons and married people, and she did it all on her terms, which is why I find that so sexy. After he enlisted in the military at the start of World War II, the actor Gilbert Roland wrote in his memoirs that Garbo took him to bed to celebrate, even giving him a pair of her panties as a keepsake. Then, when he returned home from leave months later and reached out to her, Garbo refused to take his calls. So she invented ghosting. Yes. Garbo's nearly 30-year on-again, off-again lover was Mercedes de Acosta, whose relationship ended when Acosta sold a tell-all biography about her and Garbo without her permission when Acosta was broke. Fun fact, Sweden and the US both released stamps in Garbo's honor around the centennial of her birth. Happy Pride. Isn't that awesome?
She was so beautiful. I mean, like I guess like the Madonna of her time. Right?
Yeah.
She didn't give a fuck about it.
She didn't give a, yeah, and for that time, like, you know, women was like in their place. Like women, you know, weren't allowed to have freaking their own checking accounts, folks. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
So the fact that she did things on her terms was like so before her time.
And she invented ghosting, which is not a good thing to invent. I have to say, ghosting is wrong.
Have you ever been ghosted, Alex? I'm a fan. You have never been ghosted.
Well, I've been erased.
Okay, but what do you...
I was erased. Oh my
How
God.
were you erased? Does that
mean,
mean that like,
just like
someone just erased you, blocked you, and said
Yeah,
bye-bye?
My fiance from OU.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but you deserve that, baby.
Kind of true. Listen, who told
so
you?
sorry.
But wait a minute, you just can't erase somebody. You can. Why don't you just say, "I'm erasing you"? But then, then you want to say why, and then they want to go into it.
Exactly. You can't open that up.
See, they don't want to open. They just want to cut you off.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greta.
Thank you, Greta.
Thank you, Greta.
For bringing that up for Alex. No.
Thank you for bringing back all my trauma.
So he's so tired from Stonewall that he can't.
Oh
like
my
he can't. He didn't make it to his therapy
Oh
appointment
my
this
God.
morning, and things are just bad.
No, this is therapy for me. This is like therapy on this. What is it? Just like I can't think of the word because I'm so fucking
Again,
tired.
so much sun. Do you
I'm
see
so
what happened?
tired.
Stonewall. I'm with you, folks.
Adjacent. Therapy adjacent.
Therapy
Thank you.
adjacent. I love that. But you can still pay me the $120 if you want. I'll totally do that. Anyway, so aside from Greta Garbo, there's a lot of interesting things going on this week in the LGBTQ plus community, and me and Alex are going to kiki on some of them now. Coolio? Coolio. All right. So first, Beyonce is known for putting on a flawless show, but it looks like her hat didn't get the memo during her Renaissance tour stop at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. As she danced, the outfit's towering, bedazzled headpiece began sliding down her forehead, forcing Beyonce to hold it in place with one hand as she continued with her choreography. That bitch is fierce. She eventually ditched her hat altogether, tossing it off stage and moving on with the show. Footage of Beyonce's minor wardrobe malfunction quickly made the rounds on TikTok. Indeed, this isn't the first time the Grammy winner has struggled with one of her costumes during this particular Renaissance track. On May 10th, her wardrobe included a custom Bumblebee-inspired Mugler costume with an antenna-adorned helmet that appeared to break right on stage. Beyonce dances through a wardrobe malfunction. What are we all talking about?
She will go. The show must go on.
Must go on. And it's freaking Beyonce. Look, a couple of weeks back, I was the judge on Miss Stonewall, right?
Okay.
And congratulations, Rihanna Patron. I love you, Miss Stonewall. And it's one of those things that you're up there, and it's like these women that were competing for this crown were so talented, Alex, were so meticulous that it was hard. It was like a point between them, right?
Yeah.
So I would look at a hem. I would look how something falls on the shoe.
Because that's what you needed to do.
Because I had to go that, that minute, okay?
Yeah.
But this is what it is. Pageantry in all its glory. That's how we roll in our community. This is Beyonce. That bitch can take that shit off, throw it out, and just say bye,
I remember when she was on, there was this thing on when she was with Destiny's Child, and I think it was Michelle that like literally fell. And Beyonce just stepped over her. Just kept on going. Because the show must go. She's like, the show must go on. Sorry, Michelle.
Hey, sis, you okay? You better be.
Okay, gotta go.
And I have a feeling that when she stepped over Michelle or whatever, because I don't remember the other girl's name either, which is
Kelly
awful.
And
Oh, Kelly Rowland. I loved her with Nelly. Okay. You remember that song with Nelly? What song? She sang a song with Nelly, which was great. But at that moment when she stepped over Michelle on the floor was when a record exec goes, that bitch needs to be solo.
That's it. It's just time for her. It's time for her solo career.
That's it. Okay, you see?
Yeah, but have you ever seen Beyonce in concert?
Yes. Once only. I wish I could go this next time. I couldn't afford it. Tickets are like $1 million, Alex.
I saw her in New York during right before the baby bump. It's small audience, like not a big. Oh my God, we were like 2 or 3. Like a bit back.
You were that close?
It was standing room, and we were 2, 3 back, and she was like, it was perfect. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Really?
Crazy. I mean, it's Beyonce. It was
no, it's Beyonce. And like with every tour and with every album, she just gets better and better.
This Renaissance was like
nuts. It's just so amazing. And I thought that about Lemonade. You know what I mean? Where I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
That Lemonade was very conceptual and very like, homage to like, I think what's his name did to her? Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z fucked with her pretty bad.
Well, do you remember like all that drama when like her sister would be beating up on Jay-Z in the elevator?
And I was
right?
like, but they thought nobody could see it. But Jay-Z was so cool. Did you see that? He just let her whack him up, and he just stood there because he was not about to hit.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows what she told? Who knows what he said? He said to her? Nobody was there. We don't know.
We don't know. No.
Anyway. Congratulations to Beyonce on her incredible tour, and I have a feeling that one of those gays in wardrobe is fired.
Somebody's getting fired.
That's all I gotta say. Next, Glamour Magazine has featured a pregnant trans man, Logan Brown, on its cover in a powerful show of solidarity for Pride Month. Brown was photographed for Glamour's Digital June cover towards the end of their pregnancy. The magazine, which aims at women, said the special issue was designed to promote the allyship that exists between women, cisgender or not, and trans people. In the accompanying interview, Brown opened up about finding confidence during pregnancy. Throughout the pregnancy, Brown focused on educating others about trans parenthood. He started a blog up the Duff Man and wrote a children's book titled In My Daddy's Belly. Oh, it's so cute. Which follows the joy of two dads awaiting the birth of their baby. On social media platforms, many people praised the cover, calling it incredible and powerful. Glamour has made us proud, truly, by featuring a pregnant trans man on its cover in the digital version. What are we all talking about?
Man, all I can think about is like what my mother or like one of my Greek family members would say. It's a lot. Like I mean, for me, it's like, I want to know more. Like, I want to learn more about like what's going on with him. And it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Like, but like, when you think about what they have to face and what they have to sort of like combat in the world, like they're going to be like people could like, they could get in trouble. Don't you think like they can get in trouble? Isn't it like,
there's so many crazy laws that are being put out right now in legislatures like that are just like disgusting about parental rights and about what, they wanted to take some children away from people that they were allowing their kids to get gender affirming care,
right. Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past someone, for two trans parents to have a child and a Karen of the world.
Right. A Karen can come in and say, you are unfit parents. You are putting, you are endangering a child, when it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I think it's just like the most amazing, like like, there was somebody else, wasn't there? A long time ago, there was
there was like a first man that was pregnant also, and I haven't really heard anything about that. But they've been busy, right? I mean, when you have a kid, I hear that it's a little bit harder than taking care of a dog. So
that's amazing.
So I mean, that's beautiful. So if you and Pip stay together for years and years, do you want to go grab a little kid? Never.
No, kids are like expensive as fuck. I mean, kids
are expensive. And and you can't get rid of them at 18. Like, I thought you got rid of them.
I watched my cousins with his like 3 kids, and I watched them with the family, and I'm like, how do they do it? Like, how are they like just sort of like getting all of that stuff? I can't. I've got the dog, and I'm just like, I gotta take her out at 7:30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been out. No, I've been out for 4 hours. I gotta get home because
I gotta take her out somewhere. Yeah. And then she's looking at you and she's wanting, oh God, it's 12. I gotta take her out again. Because she has to walk like 5 times a day because she's a princess.
She has to make her rounds.
She has to make her rounds every day. But I'm like, for kids, it's like lessons and clothes, and I'm 20 until you're 21, and then there's the prom. I need a car, and I need health, and I need to take care of myself.
Health insurance.
Oh my God, it's a lot.
Braces.
What braces? Yeah.
Yeah, no, and of course, and my kid's probably gonna be dumb, right? So he'll probably need tutors, and I mean, there's just a lot going on.
Well, you want your kid to be like the best. You want your kid to like present.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna let my child walk around like a little schmackle. I'm gonna he's gonna
like a little schmackle.
They're gonna look good.
There's your word for the day. Little schmackle. I was gonna let my kid run around like a schmackle.
They're gonna look good. They want them to look good. You want them to like.
And they outgrow everything you buy them.
If they're interested in something, you want them to pursue it, and you want them to see if they can excel at it.
That's beautiful.
That's money.
I love that. But my parents threw a box at me and said, "Here, go play."
Oh yeah. No, that was it. Go outside.
Just go outside. Go get dirty. I don't want to see you. Go. It's still light outside. Go. Get out.
Go outside. See you tonight. Here's a sandwich.
Here's a sandwich. Here's a can. Yeah. Oh wait, that's a beer.
It's a beer. Sorry. Hold on.
You know what happened to me?
What?
When I was a kid, my mom came home and like she had left me like a sandwich or whatever, and like to eat, and like she came home and I was sitting at the kitchen table with a sandwich cut in half and a Bud Light. Like
Did you know it was a Bud Light?
I didn't know it was a Bud Light. Like she said, grab a can of soda from the fridge. Right. And grab your sandwich from the counter and eat it. And she comes home to a Bud Light and my sandwich, and I'm just there like, this soda tastes weird. Yeah. Mind you, 20 years later, who ends up in AA?
Yeah. Did you get in trouble for that or no?
No, she knew.
Okay.
She still tells that story, but she's, how ironic. My daughter ended up being an alcoholic. Ha 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 ha. I don't find it too funny.
Well, you should say it's your fault.
It's your fault. But I blame her. Like my mom she's not the most supportive. She's come a long way. Let's say that, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll tell her that it's science has reported that the gene that makes you gay comes from the mom. So I always tell her that it's her fault I'm gay. I love it.
My mother would be like, what else? What else is my fault? Tell me what else. You've already told me. This is my fault too? Good. What else? Tell me. That's what she would do.
That's what she would say. I love that.
Everything else is my fault. This is my
This
fault
is my fault too.
No
right?
problem.
Yeah, you're 5'11". It's my
No
fault.
problem.
Everything is my fault. Everything is my fault. Next, Drag Race Season 11 winner and all-around fan favorite Yvie Oddly has spoken out about the alleged exploitative. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Exploitative practices of the reality TV show, claiming that it took over a year for her to get paid for winning.
Wow.
Oddly took to Twitter recently to share thoughts on All Stars 8. She called the show's producers the greediest, most calculating, capitalist culture thieves, end quote. Talking about the exploitative behavior of the show's producers, she mentioned how the participants are left sleep deprived and depressed on the show. As evidence of the show's cultural monopoly, Oddly pointed out that drag kings have never been cast on the show and that trans contestants were de facto barred from competition until a few years ago when they realized how lucrative LGBTQ plus representation was. Yvie Oddly spoke out about exploitative.
Yes, exploitative.
I like how I say it better.
Okay. It's the FayWhat show. It's not the Tika show.
Exploitative.
Exploitative.
Say it together.
Exploitative. Thank you.
All right. What are we all talking about? I had a feeling that it wasn't all like rainbows and shit, like backstage.
I remember there was an interview with a contestant named Pearl, and Pearl walked up to RuPaul and said to RuPaul, I just want to thank you. I really want to thank you for this opportunity. It's life-changing. Mm-hmm. RuPaul said, if the camera is not on, do not say it. And then Tony fucked with her head, and she was so
and she was the next one off the show probably because
that
messed her up. That messed her game up. When you hear
something like that, especially if you're a newbie, and especially if you're new to what they are, you know. So in my former life, I was a talent agent for Broadway performers. Okay. So I used to deal with a lot of producers, and I used to and I had a bunch of kids as actors, and they used to deal with, they don't care. The producers, they just want what they want for as minimal amount of money as possible. They want you to shut up, they want you to do your job, and they want you to go. They don't care. And thank God for unions. I don't think this is under the union.
I don't think so either.
So of course they're sleep deprived. You know, you got to do, DILFs was 7 days, and they had eight episodes. So yeah.
Wait, so you were filming an episode a day, even a little bit more so?
No, it was a little bit more than an episode a year. And I just lost my shit. I was just I gotta go. I was I can't do the dual.
Mental illness. I must leave right now because you have caused me to hit a wall of mental illness that I don't know how to deal with. Okay.
I love Yvie Oddly. She's so weird and fun.
Yeah, and
she deserved to win.
Yes, and I love that she win because it was one of those things you want the pretty person to win, right? But then you see this talent brought to you in a completely different way.
Yeah. How you do not get paid for a year? If it were a month, if I won that show and it was a month later and I didn't get my check, it would be all over Twitter. All over Twitter. I'm where is my money? Yeah. But
they sign all these papers though, Alex.
But if you do that, then you sort of then RuPaul will think you're kind of you're difficult.
You're difficult. And then they won't ask you back for an All-Stars or for what do you call it, the lip sync assassin. They won't call you back for stuff like that.
Anything, but you have to learn how to just sort of finesse and how to be diplomatic about
and how to shut the fuck up, basically.
You have to. You have to think of the long game.
Yeah.
So if you think of the long game, then you wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't be talking the way Yvie Oddly's, Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Yvie Oddly doesn't necessarily need RuPaul anymore. She could work whenever she wants to work.
Anywhere. And she will always be Yvie Oddly from RuPaul's Drag Race, it or not.
Yeah.
You know? But
yeah, she's not Gia Gunn. Gia Gunn. Okay, they hate Gia Gunn. Gia Gunn is difficult.
Oh yeah, but I love her. That bitch would cause controversy in the bathroom with herself, right? Just because I'm bored. Who am I gonna throw together and get mad?
She's so funny, yeah.
I follow her on Instagram and she's she's just she's a freaking mess. And that's why I love her. I want to be friends with her.
She's tilapia.
I have a feeling this won't be the last. I have a feeling that someone soon, because it's been enough years, someone's gonna do a tell-all. Right? Michelle's just gonna lose her shit one day and just say that's it. She's gonna be offered millions of dollars and she's gonna write everything.
What is there like RuPaul? If you go on YouTube right now, they just redecorated. He just bought a house in Beverly Hills and they redecorated. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God.
It's all Hermes orange. You see it?
Gaudy as shit.
It's gaudy. It's not. It's gaudy, but it's like so well done. It's not gaudy.
Ooh, right?
It's money.
It's so gaudy. It's nice.
It's so gaudy.
You know that gaudy that's right there on the line. Okay, it's past that.
The dressing room, the glam room, the walk-in closet. Like, RuPaul is like a mogul. Yeah. I mean, is he anything less? No, not at all.
Complete
mogul. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Next, Chief Executive and President of Lake County Pride, Danielle Olivani, believes that Florida is facing mass migration following Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is introducing further anti-LGBTQ plus bills, which have led trans people to create fundraisers in a bid to escape Florida. SB 254, which passed the Republican-controlled state Senate, requires trans adults seeking gender-affirming healthcare to sign a consent form. It also prevents Medicaid from covering gender-affirming care for people of all ages. In response to the laws, several of the state's pride events have been canceled, and trans folks are creating GoFundMe pages in a bid to leave the state. A sad impact of Florida's anti-LGBTQ plus laws. Transgender people are fleeing for safety. What are we talking about? And we are in Florida right now.
Where are they going? They're going to New York?
I'd go to California.
Oh, California,
I would
right?
go to California.
So they're going to New York, California, which is like more.
It's not more expensive right now. It used to be,
Yeah.
Alex. Like this state used to be so cheap.
Yeah.
You know, I would get a contract in San Francisco and then come back to Miami. I would get a contract in New York and then come back to Miami, right? I would always come back to Miami because you can pull rent out of your ass, right? You can always find a studio or an efficiency or something like that. Then COVID hit. And everybody came down here because we were the only state open. And a lot of people moved down here, you know, and we were happy to have you, right?
Yeah.
Happy to have you.
Yeah.
But, you know, here we are. And now all this is coming. Like I've had to say goodbye I also have a pet boarding business, and I've had to say goodbye to two of my clients that I love, two boy couples, okay, that want to start a family and don't think that this is the place to do it. So have decided to pack their shit and move to California, you know, to continue their lives. And I mean, do I blame them?
No.
You know?
I mean, for me, being in Wilton Manors, I'm in like such a bubble that I don't necessarily, I'm being just sort of like a white, technically cisgendered white privilege. I mean, I'm sort of like textbook of that. I don't see what the struggles and the challenges that transgendered, I mean, I have many friends that are, but I don't necessarily feel their challenges. So to be in such a position where they feel they have to sort of like uproot themselves and flee. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's sad. You know, it's sad. But Ron DeSantis is like, I mean,
he's such a vile human
just
being.
Just a vile, Alex. Like, I understand you're running for president. I understand your posturing and you need to like let everybody know and you need to create controversial things. But to pick on the fucking marginalized, the weakest and the marginalized people, you know what I mean? Yeah. Who are you to say what my insurance
could cover and cannot cover?
Who are you to say that?
Yeah.
You know, who are you to like? You can't. You know, the chair people in Wilton Manors, if they get fired from their positions, he gets to rehire his. Yeah. And that's why, listen, like, you know, one of the commissioners, Chris Caputo, you know, right? I know he's Chris, an amazing ally and we love him to pieces. And he's the first one to say, look, I am going to scream and yell. You want to come take my place? Fine, do it. You know, not everybody has those cojones to say that. You know, this is your job. This is your livelihood. And we don't want them to come in and bring in anti-LGBTQ people to Wilton. I think they'll come in and I think they will not enjoy themselves.
No.
I think people will like really like they will, I guess, harass them. I guess they will just sort of like let them know that they are not welcome here. Their ideas are not welcome here and they can go. So, but it's DeSantis. We just got to wait it out. We got to see what, see what he does. Yeah. Everybody's like, when he's president. I'm like, didn't he say he wanted to change Fort Bragg? Like change it back? Like, I think they changed it to Fort Liberty or something. And he wants to change it back to like a Confederate. He wants to change it back to the Confederate name. That's what he aims to do. If he were president. That's one of the things. Yeah.
Make sure you're registered to vote, okay? Like, that's a lot. So, listen,
it's a
I don't
lot.
have enough energy to even freaking process that shit.
It's
Like, for real.
It's like after Stonewall, like we can't
We can't.
We can't. It's depressing.
It really is. Okay, let me tell you some more depressing news.
Oh,
all right?
great. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this one. Okay, great.
Okay, no, but this might not be so bad, all right? So finally, Chick-fil-A, all right, has become a surprise target of right-wing ire after discovering that the company has an executive overseeing its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, Eric McReynolds. But Chick-fil-A is an unusual target for the right wing as the company is well known for its conservative views, right? They're even closed on Sundays. Yeah. Its restaurants are closed on Sundays for religious reasons, and it has donated to anti-LGBTQ organizations in the past. In 2012, former Chick-fil-A president Dan Cathy spoke out against America's legislation of same-sex marriage, which sparked boycotts from the left. I haven't had a hate sandwich like about 10 years. Concerning the surprising opposition from the right-wing conservative commentator Joey Manarino posted a poll on Twitter asking if people should boycott Chick-fil-A, which fetched almost even results. Currently, it's not known what exactly McReynolds will do as DEI executive. However, right-wing groups are already furious and irritated. Chick-fil-A becomes the target of right-wing boycotts. What are we all talking about?
Have you eaten a Chick-fil-A?
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, but I'm gonna be straight up. So, you know, I'm ashamed to say it, but you know what? You learned from your mistakes, right? Until Trump became president, I didn't give a shit about politics.
Right.
I did not care.
Yeah.
Okay, I had the right to marry, and I was done. Right? It wasn't until someone came into office that literally wanted us silenced and erased that I was like, oh yeah, it's time to wake up. What's going on? Right? So then I started educating myself, like you should also out there, right?
Yep.
And I started finding out about the Hobby Lobbies and the Chick-fil-A's and about how these people give millions to put people in office that don't want us to breathe anymore, you know, or to have human rights. So at that time, you know, the last time I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich was almost 9 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And it was fucking delicious.
I know.
That hate sandwich tastes fucking delicious. Okay, the chicken just like breaks apart perfectly, and the little sauce on top just goes so divinely with the nice warm toasted bread. I don't remember it at all. I do remember it, and they opened one like 2 blocks from my house, Alex, and it's got a line around the corner every single day, and I can smell it from the Dunkin' Donuts next door. But I will not have a hate sandwich ever.
When I was in New York, the line was out the door at lunchtime for Chick-fil-A. When I was in Dallas 3 years ago, and I was at the airport, and I was like,
and then you put on glasses and a hat, and you're like, nobody will know it's me.
But I did, and it is.
It's good.
I've never had one. I've had probably the only. I've had it twice. It's a great chicken sandwich, but it's really not enough
for me
to give them my business on a regular basis.
Completely.
At all, or even I mean, but I just wish it's so frustrating. It's
It
like,
really is.
what? Don't
It
you
really
have-
is. Listen, after what
It's
Target did, I love Target. I used to go to Target every week, Alex, and what they did to us, I haven't been there in a month now.
God.
They broke my queer heart.
But Walmart is sort of like out and about with like Pride and whatever. Are they? I don't see anybody boycotting how can you? First of all, you can't boycott Walmart because that's
everything.
because white trash is like your target audience.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't
You
can't boycott Walmart because that's their audience.
Yep.
That's their market.
Yep.
But yeah, I haven't shopped at Target either. It's like, I mean, you can't have your kid like wear a multicolored striped T-shirt without somebody freaking go. It's like the colors of whatever.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily.
We don't own the rainbow.
They're not necessarily the primary pride colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's just It's just striped colors, and all of a sudden you're doing something wrong with your kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That woman that protested, the poet laureate, the young girl, that she couldn't, that couldn't be allowed in the school. That
Can you believe that?
poet laureate wrote, and it's a beautiful.
That girl is beautiful,
Smart and whatever.
And that poem was like, wow.
Ask the mom if she read the poem.
Right? Exactly.
Ask the mom if she even read it. Well, no. Like, she didn't even freaking read the poem. It's just she felt that it was not right to be.
Hate. It's just hate, Alex.
Yeah.
The FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, and Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 37 years, and Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. So, Mr. Alex Dikas, what are you going to do this week? Rest?
Rest. Yes. Recuperate. Probably like
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Definitely hydrate. Maybe like refresh.
Put some aloe on.
Refresh the forehead a little bit. Maybe talk to your girl.
Yeah. We're talking about Botox. Like after, like, because we were doing a lot of this over the weekend because it was so sunny, right? So now we need Botox to like fix those lines in our forehead.
You've got a good lady.
My lady is amazing. She's Colombian. Look. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm happy. See?
Yeah, I know.
Nothing moves. Isn't that awesome?
That's like the goal right there. Yeah.
It is.
Good for you.
All right. Well, I want to thank you, Alex, for being in bed with me. You know, I always enjoy our time, Poppy. We always have
so much fun.
I love you.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for just being you and opening up.
Odd Regis and Kelly.
Right? We're like a weird Regis and Kelly.
Regis and Kelly.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm Regis.
I'm Kelly. Clearly. I have the boobs of a 10-year-old boy.
I mean, yeah, so does she.
Yes, so does she.
Alex, thank you for being on my show. I love you.
Mwah.
Say
Thank
hello
you.
to Pip and tell him 6-month mark, he's here with me.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Ah! Thank you, Alex Dikas, for getting up early for the FayWhat show. Make sure that you follow him in his adult Twitter at Alex_Dikas, and make sure to show him some love and subscribe to his OnlyFans page, all right? It is a moderate fee, so for all the entertainment that you get, trust me. I know how hard it is for you in the morning because gay boys sleep late, and we had a long day yesterday. I love you, Alex. I'll see you soon.
You too, yes.
All right.
Wow.
So did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church, located right here in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast their Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. Finally this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it Faye. What's on my mind? Inspiration during Pride is on my mind. Whether you want to shout out your Pride Month excitement on Instagram, put out the perfect tweet to share your feelings about the importance of equality, these are some of my favorite Pride Month quotes from celebrities, LGBTQ plus books, and pop culture that I just simply love. From thoughtful reflections on how far we've come as a society and the distance that we still have to go, to empowering messages that will pump you up for however you plan to celebrate, to just silly sayings that will spread the joy that comes with belonging to the LGBTQ plus community. There's a saying out there for every type of pride, no matter how you're celebrating. I'm excited to help with some of my favorite quotes, all right? So Harvey Milk said, "It takes no compromise to give people their rights. It takes no money to respect the individual. It takes no political deal to give people freedom. It takes no survey to remove repression." During a time when it feels like everything is coming out of Congress is targeting our community, I wonder how Harvey Milk would feel today about oppression, Target, and drag queen bans, right? President Barack Obama said, "When all Americans are treated as equal, no matter who they are or whom they love, we are all more free." How perfect is that, right? Isn't that wonderful? God, I miss Barack Obama. Anderson Cooper He says, I think being gay is a blessing, and it's something I am thankful for every single day. So am I. I can see how Anderson Cooper can be thankful, right? Every day. He's a cutie. Brittany Griner, you guys remember her, right? God, she was in prison for so long. So Brittany Griner says, I am a strong Black lesbian woman. Every single time I say it, I feel so much better and so much stronger. It is who I really am. Right? Period. Elliot Page, I love this dude. Oh my God, I love Elliot Page. This world would be a whole lot better if we just made an effort to be less horrible to one another. How perfect is that? Did you see him on The View? Oh, he was so good. And my last one for this segment, Laverne Cox. Oh, love that woman. We are not what other people say we are. We are who we know ourselves to be, and we are what we love. And that's okay. Isn't that perfect? Well, find your perfect pride, inspirational quote and put it on your Twitter, put it on your Facebook, put it on your Instagram. Let people know, okay, that you are proud to be LGBTQ+, and this is our month to be that, all right? We should be proud all year round, though. I really am tired from Stonewall Pride. That was a lot of fun. To all you folks that were out there showing up and being proud, we love you. Well, that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. I gotta say thank you so much to Alex Stikas for being with me. He's just such an amazing guy. He's so much fun. Make sure you follow him on all social media. And yeah, get that OnlyFans page for you and your boo. You could spend Friday night watching Alex Stikas do some fun things with other people. Well, so folks, I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ+ community. I gotta tell you, it's often hard for us girls. But if we believe that we are one strong community, then we've got to support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ+ community. So I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity, because it's what makes us so freaking strong. Until next Monday, world, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I'm #ThatGirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl, Latina